humbly, just sitting on the end, her little African attire, quietly. And all the speakers spoke, and I was like, "What's that little sister on the end going to say?" She was the last speaker. What's she going to be talking about? And it finally got to her turn, and she was the last speaker. And she came up and she said, "They are stealing our wombs. They are stealing our future." And I said that right there. Because when you're here, when you get stolen, but when you get stolen before you get here, I said that's a vicious trap.
That's
So
right.
I listened to what she said about being a visionary about how to protect our future, and that's when I said I need to know that word. And we just locked in,
You locked
and we
in.
never
Yeah.
parted.
But then there's something we said in at my family's home in Brooklyn, still stands. And we was on the fourth floor and we were connecting everything that she was thinking, I was thinking, everything I was thinking, she was thinking that was happening. But what did you say about Africa?
After that, I said, if 5 Europeans could divide Africa
Hmm.
in two African women, could put it right.
Hmm.
40 years ago, 40 years ago, now we're here in Africa doing this work
Hmm.
to rebuild our people across the globe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, Queen, we've done a lot of work in the West and the Caribbean, but we got to get on the land. We got to get on the big mother here. It's a big piece of work, but you
Hmm.
got to get here
Hmm.
because we got to get this work done here. I pulled it. I held the vision. I held the vision. I said, no, she got to get here because when she does, and she see what we've been doing and the work we've already done, and she comes in, I said, now it's going to go to the next level.
Mm.
So she arrived, and we have shifted gears now because it's our time.
Mm.
It's a time for Africa, and it's a time for the women. And
Mhm.
it's time for diasporans to have a voice in Africa because we know what happens across the water, and many people here don't. We were sent out to come and protect our mother for the future. So it's paramount. We unify, work together, and build our continent and have a place when our people come from abroad to welcome them and make them feel at home. So please, you're so welcome at home.
Thank
We already
you.
feel the impact.
You feel the
Thank you.
impact. But that brings sister to sister is our culture. And those who has the book Sacred Woman or know of the book. Okay. All right. Okay.
Showing the baby over there.
Where is she? Oh, wow.
Oh,
Oh,
the baby. Okay.
how lovely. Sacred women in here. Who are the sacred women? Is there sacred women here that went to the training? Okay, thank you. So give thanks. Inside of the key of the culture and the healing based on the first mothers of civilization, based on the land of Kemet, the black land, the women had to birth and repair the man. And the two women were As and Nebuchadnezzar, and they're interchangeable. So As is the great mother who rules the land based on the leadership of the people moving through her. And then there is also Nebuchadnezzar. My inner spiritual name is Mut Nebuchadnezzar, Queen of Afua Mut Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar is the one who supports the sister, supports us, so that us, the great mothers, can sit on their seat of power. So she's actually the supporter. That's where the teaching comes in because she supports. Well, Asar went out into the world. And when he went into the world to bring Ma'at, to bring the balance, to bring the harmony, he was met with challenge. And then the challenge cut him into 14 pieces. And those pieces that were cut up, As ran over to Nebuchadnezzar for help to find her husband, to find the king. And together they found him, but they found him in pieces. And then together they gathered the members, the body members, all together. And then Mother Ost went over and mounted Asar, who was on the table. And then Nebuchadnezzar went to his crown to bring breath into his body, which is very ironic for me because the breath was the hardest thing for me to do when an asthma attack would hit. So I really am very connected to the breath of life because that is life. So the two together, and because the mounting of us over really is connected to his heart. So Queen Esther is all about the heart, the compassion. What was the heart? Ma'at. Ma'at rules the heart. Ma'at rules a whole nation, which is the heart. We're heart people. We're the most giving, the most compassionate, the most forgiving of all. And so those two women put life back into Asar. And then, of course, you conceived. And in the conception, the then Nebuchadnezzar became the midwife to support her sister. They represent the midwives, bringing one into the world and seeing one come out from the world into the ancestral seat of power. So those two women then, through support, As bear down, and she birthed Haru, the falcon. So he would see and have the keenest vision to take us home. So the power of the women is still here. And we realized that we were representing us in Nebuchadnezzar. There was a point in Sacred Woman, it was in 2016, when I had to call on, Nebuchadnezzar had to call on us and say, I need help. I need help because Sacred Woman may not live if I don't have the help. In other words, sometimes we divide. Sacred Woman could have been divided into pieces. Someone may come and study with me and want to take the work and do something different. Then now we're divided and now we have a splinter. That is not what Sacred Women can possibly do is survive because we can't fight within our own self. When her presence came in, when our presence came in, it shifted the energy. So that energy stopped dividing. It's a power that we have inside of us to resurrect, to heal, to build. I came here to the land about 25 years ago and I packed everything up to never come back. And I left my children with my mother for just a short time so I can get founded and bring them with me. Life had me to come back after some months, but Queen Esther helped me to get out between you and Empress Aquake, our spiritual mother. She helped me to get here. So my lesson was I had to go back to help my village over in the United States. And how it had to be helped is through the teachings, through the books. Heal Thyself came out when that came back. Sacred Woman, Circles of Wellness, City of Wellness, Planet Heal that your father is in. And I give thanks for him and thank you for bringing me his homecoming information, Dr. Goss. And of course, the legacy continues because you are such an obedient divine daughter that you continue his work. And we give thanks for your devotion. Mm. And so we are story, we are history. And this is a history. And Queen Esther wedded on this land. So honesty, we want to give thanks and praise for our brother, King Honesty. Let's clap it up for our king. I say. For I was so happy that Queen Esther had her divine reflection because Queen Esther is a loving soul and he is a loving soul who are hard workers for the nation, for the resurrection of our people. So it's so divine order that I'm even here. I'm like in shock because it's so wonderful here. I said, okay, this is like destiny. I had to come here. And I'm hugging them like, really? Okay, give thanks. Oh, this was not in the plan, but there was a divine plan that was being orchestrated. And so I give thanks and praise for that. So it is us in Nebuchadnezzar. There's us in Nebuchadnezzar here. You have to connect with your sister and you, us and Nebuchadnezzar, two sisters. Ah, who knows the us in Nebuchadnezzar? Who? Hold hands from up. Bring your hand up if you know. Put your hands up together, up in the air. If you know that's your sister, connect right now in this room. In this room, connect hands, hold hands. Come if you're sitting next to someone, that is yours. Come on, gather, connect with yours. Connect. You're written by elder mother, so it's okay. They just come to you and bow. There has to be a connection, and that connection will help us when things get rough and you don't know where to go or you need support. You'll have to know you are not alone, that you have your sacred sister who will support you and charge you and show you things and be that example. Because at different times, one sister may be all the way up and the other sister may be struggling. And it may be very back and forth. So me and Queen S is very interesting because we go back and forth. I haven't spoken this loud since I've been here. I haven't. I couldn't. I was speaking. I said, "Greetings, everyone." That voice was in, and yes, I couldn't bring it out like I'm talking now. So what happened? We went to the ocean for the purification.
Yes.
I was talking like this. My voice was going into the sand. It was going into the ocean. And then I would talk, and the Queen said, "Okay, I'll be Queen Chime," and her personality came out, and she was talking, and I was talking, and she would express, and I would go in, and that is a real experience. That is when you know you connected, when you can have a sister or sisters like that, that could be that Ochimi, that could be that supporter. And then there's no gaps. And then we don't drop. We just help each other. We just lift each other up. So in the spirit of sisterhood, because if you get the women together and the women are empowered on their seat of power, then our men will be reborn and restored. If the women are weak and broken and angry and mad, then our men will have no chance. So it is up to us to repair ourselves amongst each other. And this work that I'm doing, it is to create a healer, or wake up, a healer in every family and a wellness center in every home. So that is a responsibility. And this comes in our prayer that we say it was given to us from our ancestors. And it's call and respond. We'll call it, you respond it, or I'll call it and you help them to respond. This is so they ask you who you are with your glow.
It's on the walls of the pyramid.
Thank you. This is the English translation of it. When they ask you who you are with your glow and your energy and your positive spirit and your well-being and your tenacity and your resilience, we will say who we are, that we have that. We are the women who lighten the darkness.
We are the women who light the darkness.
We have come to lighten the darkness.
We have come to lighten the darkness.
It is lightened.
It is lightened.
We have overcome the destroyers.
We have overcome the destroyers.
We are there for those who weep.
We are there for those who weep.
Who sunk down.
Who sunk down.
Who hid their faces.
Who hid their faces.
We are the women.
We are the women.
We are the healers.
We are the healers.
We are the women.
We are the women.
An announcement. We are the healers.
We are the healers.
We are the women.
We are the women.
We are the healers.
We are the healers.
Clap that up. And that is the foundation of the walk and the work, is to get the tools to become that healer. If you don't know the tools and it wasn't passed down to your grandmother, from grandmother to mother to daughter, to you to your daughter, then you take the sacred rites of passage. Because who's from the diaspora? Everyone here. Anyone
Yes.
born here? Anyone born on this land that is here? Yourself. We have one. Two women born here. You might have traveled around, but you were born here. Okay, and that is a major necessity for us to begin to come together. Because what I've noticed, my father was a Garveyite, our fathers were Garveyites, our mothers were Garveyites. So as a result, there were certain principles that were raised in as children. One of the big principles is unity. If there's no unity, we will just be destroyed. And others can come in, and that's how we got stolen. We were not unified enough. Because it should not be one village is stealing another village and helping when to get inroads in to take us away from our land, our culture, our way, our medicine, our dress, our traditions. It happened to us. So those who've been able to follow Garveyites, his vision was to get home to the Black Star. So you made it home. Clap it up that you did. And now But when you come home, and if you're not received by those who already have been home, that's an issue. That's again another divide and conquer. And Willie Lynch, we're all aware of Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch was given as a strong businessman for corporations. A corporation and the owner was the land, and the people put them on the land, worked them for free, slaved them, enslaved them for generations to come. And he was hired to come on to teach. Now, how you can keep the slaves is to show the differences, magnify the differences from the dark to the light, from the kinky hair to the straight, to the young to the old, to the male to the female. Those, and it just goes on. The more that we divide from those born here and those who came here, as we connect, then we will be unified and we can raise the country up. Right? We have work to do here. We have a lot of work to do here, right? And to do this work, you have to be healthy enough, resilient enough, strong enough to be able to do this work. I was interviewed the other day, and the interview said, Queen, are you here now? I am everywhere. So you can look on the social media, you can see me, oh, she's over here. But then she's over here. But then again, she's over here. She's over here. But I thought she committed to be over here. Most normal people lock into a location. Our people are in the world and they're everywhere and we're in pain everywhere. So of course I'm here. So in the interview he said, are you here? Well, I said, I made soup over by Queen Esther's home. Of course I'm here. I know where I can rest my head, so I'm here. So yes, I am here, but I'm also in New York with my family. I'm also in Atlanta, and I'm also in LA, and I'm also in Brazil. The work is in Brazil. The books are in Brazil. So the work is around the world. Sacred Women has been able to make the journey around the world because we needed that information so we get them. So where the work calls me. So I give thanks and praise for you coming today. This was very impromptu. I think we spoke about it at the airport or the next day. It was the next day, maybe the same day.
What if she coming to a problem? Say, well, we in Cape Coast. What if she coming? I said, I don't know how we're gonna do it. But Spirit said, stop in our problem, make a way.
So how it happened is, you see this room yoga. This is the first time anyone is seeing it. Actually, I received it the night before coming here, and this is to rebirth a new world, to rebirth a new people. Inside of Sacred Women, for those who have the book, there's 25 poses. That was done in 2000. That's 25 years later. And actually it was done 2 years before because the book took really 7 years to create. It wasn't an overnight. It was 28 people that was involved in the process of that work coming, why it has lived. So Womb Yoga is just being born after 30 years of me carrying it. It went from 25 poses to 108. It's divided in three parts. It's the beginner's level, which is the floor core work to strengthen the womb. It is the intermediate level where there's a standing movement and flow and breath. And then there is the womb yoga dance. The name of this is Abu Imkaat, which means the dance of the womb, because our wombs have been imprisoned. And we know from the plantation was the deepest atrocity. My great grandfather was held captive as a slave. We have that in our, and he impregnated over 50, or 50 impregnations of us on that plantation. He was brought in for that. He was strong and all of that. And he talked to my aunts. He told them about it. So that's what they know. And he said he was from Nigeria. Now we can different parts, my mother one side, my father another side. And so he knew he was traveling on the land. And some ministers, or there's another name for them, but they came and they said, they come over this way. They were showing him. He was in his village. They showed him to the slave ship. They showed him to the dungeon. And that's how that happened from that side of my family. And then they used his body to impregnate as free labor, like cattle. But inside of that, in the studies of women and Black women in our wombs, to know that you're on a plantation, and on this plantation, you don't own your own body. You don't own your time. You don't own your life. You don't own your family. You don't own anything could be taken from you. You don't own your womb. And so there would be experimentations on the women's wombs. And one of the person who was called the father of old gynecology, they just took his statue off of out of in Manhattan. It's at the can I remember? But they took his statue down because they found that he was not noble, and the women started to fight against his statue being there. Because on that farm, he would experiment on the women while they were awake. He would cut in. One woman he could cut into her 11 times. Just keep cutting, keep looking, keep experimenting. And the knowledge then became common knowledge on OBGYN work. And that's what they do with the women. So the women would be abused on the plantation. They wouldn't put that in the books, but you have to read between the lines. Women would become sick. Their women would become sick. They would be brought to his farm. He would then do surgery on them and practice on them. And then they'll be good enough and then put them back on the plantation. Why would they the women sick? Because they were being raped all the time. So what we went through, we're in recovery. And we have, out of all that madness, we keep birthing a new way. We forge ahead. We become great healers. We forge ahead. We become great community activists. We forge ahead. We become great healers of our community. So that is what Sacred Women is all about. Sacred Women is about bringing forth a healer. We are healers already. We are the healers. So the more that we juice and cleanse and fast and bathe and yoga, I would say this one thing, I'll close. In the studies and research of Sacred Women, I found that everything that was holistic is all African natural lifestyle. I said, oh, so that's not theirs? Oh, that's ours? Right, that's the root of it. So I want you just to say African natural lifestyle rhythm, just saying. Whatever I say, all you to say is African natural lifestyle. Ready? Mm-hmm. African natural, ready? Let's get the rhythm. Natural lifestyle. Say it 4 times. African natural lifestyle. Mm-hmm. African natural lifestyle. Again, African natural lifestyle. One more time. African natural lifestyle. Reiki. African natural lifestyle. Herbology. African natural lifestyle. Yoga. African natural lifestyle. Meditation. African natural lifestyle. Polarity. African natural lifestyle. Reflexology. African natural lifestyle. Astrology. African natural lifestyle. Sacred beauty. African natural lifestyle. It's all African natural lifestyle. Clap it up for us. So it's all us. So it being that it's African natural lifestyle and holistic health has become a $1 trillion business on our culture. Why are not we the wealthiest people in the world? Since it's our culture, because it's also stolen. And then they'll say it's theirs. That's when we come in with womb yoga. At first, this flap said womb yoga dance. My daughter said, no, don't do that. Womb yoga, because I'm getting ready to launch this after 30 years officially, because it's all stayed in Sacred Women's world, right? So in the world. So I was invited to come to be a part of, at the end of the month, in Manhattan, at the New Yorker Hotel, there's a yoga and health expo. And they want me to be at one of the keynote presenters. So I'm bringing this forward. My daughter said, if you say womb yoga dance, the others will say, oh, womb yoga, and they'll claim it. Because to see it, they'll say, oh, it's mine. And then then they'll own it. That's how it's done. I've learned through my daughter also sent me a picture of Sacred Woman. Sacred Woman had a European woman on the cover. It says Sacred woman came out years after Sacred Woman was born. So whatever we come with our greatness, the others come to say it's theirs. Stolen legacy keeps happening to us. We keep being stolen away. But the more that we shoulder each other, the less we can be destroyed, the less we can be stolen. So let's don't find reasons to be divided. Find reasons to bond closer. We cannot be petty and grow. We have to say, okay, I made a mistake, forgive me. Let's continue to stay together. Because that divide, something comes in and cuts us at the ankles, cuts us at the feet, cuts us at our mind. The more that we can lock in, then nothing can destroy us. And if I lock in, then my sister, we lock in, right? You lock in. We lock our brothers. The brothers are surrounding us, locking in, protecting us. It's a locking in. So that's a part of the healing. So yeah, I share. So I'm gonna do. So actually, I thought I was gonna be here with just two of us, three of us, four of us, musicians and myself. So, I stay in a channel. I said, Most High. I was checking. The older I get, the more I check in with the Creator. I don't have time to play around. I don't have time to kind of check in, and then something happens, and I said, I should have listened to my first. You know how about we do that? I check in moment by moment and second by second. I said, Most High, what is it? Why am I here? Also, what am I to do? Where am I to? I don't care what the structure has been set up. When the Most High said, now do this, now shift here, now don't eat that, now I have been doing impeccable listening. A little book I put together called Impeccable Listening. So in being here, when we was at the hotel and the musicians was playing, I said, oh, this is wonderful. Outside celebrating, I'm here. And then I said, wait a minute, womb yoga. I need to have our own sound, our own music, because the Indians say that this is theirs. When they see the lotus is Nefertun. That's our culture. It's not just a lotus, it's Nefertun. Out of the mud comes forth the lotus. That is Africans' natural lifestyle. So when the others saw me, when I first brought this where the world could see it a bit, they sent me a text or an email, whatever, and they just said that you've taken our way. No, 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 no. This is our way. I'm just reclaiming it. And it's how we do it. And so some of the poses, all of the yoga that I'm doing, which is bringing body, mind, spirit together, it represents culture. So you will see me or you will be in the seat of As, the seat of power. That is a glyph. You'll see an image of Mother Newt, and that is a symbol of rebirth. You'll see the pose of Meshkinet, and Meshkinet is about birthing yourself, rebirthing yourself. You'll see heaven, Mother Newt and Geb come together in the body, and you'll see that pose. So throughout, the poses are kinetically charged. So I come from the ancient way. That's where we come from. And we're remembering. They say our way is dead. They say our way is no more. And that the ancient healing now valley legacy in the thousands of years ago. But we're here and we do remember. It is large in our DNA, tapped down deep in our melanin, our core. So we travel deep within and we fasted and we prayed. And then one day, one by one, then two by two, then thousands of us began to wake up. Millions of us began to wake up to our ancient healing now valley legacy. And we are here and we do remember. And that's what we're doing in the movement is we're gathering our members together so that we attract healthy relationships, not abusive relationships, that we attract and birth healthy babies, not wounded babies passed down through our DNA of our own pain and suffering, and that you can reroute your whole family through your own womb transformation. So there is a prayer to actually plug in. You know, if the phone goes out, you can't connect, right? If you go out, mind, heart, womb, you won't be connected. Let's connect. Bring your palms together. And we're going to connect from our first side, the Uchar, to our heart. This is a symbol of resurrection, and place it over our womb. This means that you have dominion over what you birth. You don't just birth anything. You birth on the highest frequency because that is where the Most High can now move through you on the highest frequency. So let's bring it here. Call and respond. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Now repeat. Awaken the womb of my mind. For what I think, I birth, I create. Inhale deep into your heart center. Awaken the womb of my heart. For what I feel, I birth, I create. Inhale deep. Press out. Merkut represents resurrection over your physical womb. Right palm over the right ovary. Left palm over the left ovary. We're not having any more hysterectomies. That's it. Repeat. Awaken my seat of creation. For what I think and what I feel. I birth through my seat of creation. And today I birth womb wellness. Today I birth a new world of body, mind, and spiritual wholeness. For I have awakened. Now take a deep breath in and just place your palms in your lap. And we're going to do 28 breaths of fire for to pull our moon cycle together, which is the work of Queen Esther, the moon healing, the womb healing. Let's go 28 rapid breaths. Follow and inhale deep and chant out womb for resurrection. Ka'at, the metro word for womb. Inhale, inhale. Ka'at. Sheshet. Sheshet. Place your hands over your heart center. Just a moment of still heart meditation. Life might have shook you up. You might have gone through trauma, but right now you have dominion over your body, mind, and spirit. For the Most High is dwelling there within you and calming your waters, calming your mind, and stilling your heart, that your heart may come into a balanced state of ma'at, balance, truth, righteousness, harmony. And now slowly bring your palms together in prayer pose. Open up your eyes and just bow to your inner sacredness with a smile on your heart. And then to your sisters to your right and left, just a bow to your sacred sisters, your sacred mothers, your sacred elders, your sacred aunties and grandmothers, and to your village, and then hug each other. Oh my God. You know, we're such a sacred women. We're just so sacred, we can't help us. We love being sacred. That's our nature. So don't we love it?
Yes.
I know we love because Sacred Women is the #1 book in Amazon. That's how much we love it. We love the sacredness. That's the healed woman. That's the empowered woman. When we empower ourselves, our men are lifted up. Would you say, brothers, when we are empowered, are you empowered? Are men? Or when we're empowered, are our men empowered? Are they stronger? When the mothers are empowered, are our men stronger, empowered? Ashay? Most definitely.
Every single one of these individuals here
Yes.
need to remember that we are the ancestors of Dr. Nkrumah, of Marcus Garvey, of Harriet Tubman. Each and every single one of us is our shift right now. We remember our ancestors for the great work that they did. Now we are holding the baton. each
Mhm.
and every single one of us. So
Mhm.
let us be reminded, let us be empowered, let us unify to get things in order for the next 7 generations to come. Each and every single one of us. Jay?
Okay, so we're gonna try to make. I'm gonna try to be in two worlds at one time. Which are the musicians? Who are the musicians of the day? Wow,
Seven
she,
generations.
she's just like you. Amazing. Who are the musicians that should come forward? Who are the musicians? Are they here? Did they make it yet?
You're just gonna stand up and breathe.
No, I'm gonna put the mat down. Yeah. I just wanted to know if they're here, so if they can set up right here. Is that the choral? It's okay. Let's see what's gonna happen. I'm just here happen. You look lovely. This is the princess. Oh. Yeah.
I'm beautiful.
Okay, first of all, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. This is an honor. Thank you. This is an honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm doing something. This is very important to me, extremely important to me. I come to do this movement. I didn't want it to have Indian music behind the movement. In America, if you do any movement like I'm doing, which I call yoga, it's always going to be Indian music. With if they hear, if the African people abroad home in the world hear African rhythms, African tones, they will know that we're reclaiming our culture back. It's been stolen, it's been hidden. So it's when I realized I didn't know it until I got here, until you performed outside. And then it came to me, I said, Queen Esther, we have to have the sound. I'm getting ready to present at the end of the month at a big yoga conference. We have to have the sound. And so inside of that, giving also, so then of course, Honorable had to pull the orchestra together, right? So this is the African orchestra for the womb yoga. So your sound, if we can make it happen, will be heard around the world, right? So your images, and I want you to get the credit for it. Because if you get the credit for it, I have a 500,000 followers. They say social media is a big deal. But my followers are about to grow more because of more work. So if I grow, we grow. That's how I see it. Your likeness and image will show up on my website. We will have an agreement that royalties, according to as you organize it, say but that for me was because this instrument because this instrument for me, when you hear the strings, it hits the heart. And it's the heart that is broken. And if we can heal the heart through that sweet sound, then we can get our roots back with the drum. And that's another harmonic heart sound. I don't know how it's going to show up. I'm just going to start to do the movements and prayerfully that everything comes together. If we get an opportunity, what will seal this? We have to go to the studio. When we go to the studio, then I'll say, I'm going to practice with you. I'm going to say, for example, what we just prayed on. I will say the prayer, awaken, awaken, awaken. And after I say that prayer, then I'm going to start to do the movement. The length of that is the length of the recording. So when one studies with me and teaches other groups, they will take this music for their class and that will travel, right? So the music of the musicians travel. So they'll start looking at you. Social media allows that to happen, right? Because they see you all the time. When they see you all the time, you become famous. That's how that works. We're not waiting for the regular television to do it anymore. It's the people. Actually the people who make it like that. So this is the making, and this is a recording that goes with the music because it's being recorded. So now your work, introducing yourself. So what I would like now, well, please bring the visual closer so we can introduce. Yes, we want to introduce wherever you are. Just say that also. So because what we're seeing also is unity. Okay, Marcus Garvey. You want to introduce first? Message.
Honorable, they're gonna introduce themselves first and then they're gonna start. So introduce yourself.
Yes, so my name is Anthony Abraham from Nigeria. And this is Bill. This Bill comes from Ashanti part.
Mm-hmm.
Ashanti.
Sure. Mm.
This is who we go for performance from Anakabre, aka Anansi.
Mm.
This is a for
Private.
Dumbro.
Good boy. I
And
myself together.
take it here.
Shay.
I don't mind.
Shay. Shay.
Shay. Mhm. You want to do the dance first? We'll just go through it. I'll just start. We'll do it. I'll do it because that's to get out the way.
My name is Mrs. Afua. My instrument name is called African Traditional Congress. That's Hannibal drums. Blue drums. That's a lot of sound. It's a name called, like we call it African Congress. That's Hannibal drums. And it's a traditional drum for Ghana tradition.
Shay.
Thank you.
For the movement, they should play softly. Pick up for the dance. Softly.
Mhm. All right. For the movement, thank you. For the movement, it's going to be very soft. It's meditation. This is the meditation. So, however it's organic. This is the rehearsal that is an actual no rehearsal. And so the Spirit of the Most High is blessing and guiding and moving it through. So there's three parts to this. Please be patient as I go through. The purpose of this dance is a rebirthing dance. So many women are having hysterectomies. Black women, wombs are being taken, and it's unnecessary. Their science is finding that it's actually unnecessary much of the surgery. When we can use plants and herbs and foods and juicing and fasting and cleansing to preserve and heal our wombs, which then when we conceive babies that are also vibrant because the mother is vibrant and her husband is vibrant and we have a vibrant family. When the book Sacred Women came out in 2000, 45% of Black women in America particularly had fibroid tumors. In 2024, 90% of Black women have fibroid tumors. Fibroid tumors is the pipeline to a hysterectomy. So this movement will help to dispel and break that. So I will be calling out the different poses as I go through. but just go through it with me. That first part is 1 to 42 movements. I go from one movement to the next to the next. 25 of those movements are in the book Sacred Woman. Hold up the book, someone, please. 25 of the poses that I'm going to do show up in this book, right? I'm going past that. 42 poses was the first part, and I will close out with womb of the mind, the heart, and the seat. Then I go from 43 poses to 69 poses, and I close out the womb of the mind, the heart, and the seat of creation. All voices can join in. The last phase of it is myself and Queen Esther will do it together as sister to sister, and that's what it gets it quicker. You know, we start doing together, right? And then we close out, and we're facing the audience, and we're saying, the healer within, you'll join us, has awakened. Your voice can come out. The healer within has awakened. And then, sacred women together. It's time to rise. So when we do this, the healer within has awakened. The healer within has awakened. Sacred women, it's time to rise. Boom. Thousands of women have gone through that process toward the rites of passage. And so you get an idea of how it flows. So it's part 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think I should turn this off. You can begin. Awaken the womb of my mind. For what I think, I birth, I create. Awaken the womb of my heart. For what I feel, I birth, I create. Awaken my seed of creation. For what I think and what I feel, I birth through my seed of creation. And today, I birth womb wellness. Today, I birth a new world of body, mind, and spiritual wholeness. For I have awakened. Just say never atone The lotus, heaven and earth, harmony. Newt, Geb, the womb seat of transformation, the advanced womb seat. The great womb purge, inner womb reflection, bridge over troubled waters, the offering, opening the way. And that's the cobra, sunburst, the waterfall, surrender to the mother, to the earth, let go, release, we lift. Within it, the cobra of transformation, let's connect, birthing your power. Newt, the sky mother, let's connect, Mother Os, see the power. Cosmic womb, that's the cat of art and creativity. River Nile. Awaken the womb of my mind. For what I think, I birth, I create. Awaken the womb of my heart. For what I feel, I birth, I create. Awaken my seed of creation. For what I birth and what I feel, I birth through my seed of creation. And today, I birth womb wellness. We're going to heal the world. We're going to heal this world. We're going to renew this planet.
So,
Wait.
what age level are we talking about? In terms of being in shape, what age range are we speaking here? Age range?
I'm 72 come August. And that only comes out of devotion. That is 42 poses. That's the beginner's level. You are extraordinary. Clap it up again. You really brought it. I've listened to tones. You just brought the movements to life in the direction that I wanted it to go. So this is such a prayer answered. I've been holding this for 30 years. You know how much holding? I had to wait for you to grow. Because maybe some of you weren't even born when I was starting this, but you're here now. So then we do the next part, which is now the standing poses. So I start here. This is now the intermediate level. The intermediate level is standing. The core work strengthens the core so that the colon doesn't become prolapse, which is under the navel. If the colon becomes prolapse because of toxic eating, processed foods, a lot of meat, dairy, white flour products, a lot of stress, a lot of unresolved relationships, it drops under. And when the colon drops, then the bladder drops. And when the bladder drops, then the uterus is suppressed. And the uterus may not have a long life, which means she might be removed when you're 40 or 50 or 60. So those movements can help, and you will do them very slow and easy. It won't be as quick as I was doing them. The next movement will go from 43 to 69. Yes? But hearing the sound did something else to my body, actually. My body went further than I would. I did them this morning. I didn't have the same experience. I absolutely did not. I said, oh, wait a minute. Oh, Mm. Mm. Are you gonna be ready? But when that music went into the body, that medicine, that musical medicine went into me, and I said, "Oh, Most High, this is a miracle. Thank you." The tone, that's the power of sound and our sounds, not a foreign sound, but our sounds. Okay, so now part two, intermediate level. If someone feels they can follow, go right over there in that corner with your yoga mat and just do it with me. Anybody brought their yoga mat? You can go. Go ahead now. Come on, you have birthed 200 babies. Come on, go right over in that spot. Okay, you do it right there. Okay, we'll wait a moment. Oh, you give it to her. Okay, I love the purple. So yeah, yeah, you go up a little bit back because the camera, so so you can practice with me. Queen Esther will be teaching this here. Queen Esther will be teaching these movements here on the land, and I'll be here. I'll be coming back again if you take Sacred Women training. Right? We just need 12 women to take Sacred Women training. Say it starts on the 23rd. We have our reception, right? And then on the 30th, the first class from the first gateway of Mother Newton healing to word as medicine, to hoodie, to food as medicine, to movement as medicine, to our inner child medicine, our inner beauty medicine, our intuitive medicine, our family healing medicine, all the way into Nefertun medicine from the depths to the heights, and finally Meshkinet, birthing your purpose. So those are 12 gateways. Every 7 days, we change the gateways. I'll be teaching 2 hours every Sunday online. There's over 100 women right now who are registered from different parts of the United States and out in different countries. But the difference is if 12 women say, I'm going to take this training, we're here, then I will be able to come back in August and we'll have graduation ceremony here on this land. And the world will be watching because I'll be taking this music with me. Huh? Well, after we have to have 12 elders. Yeah, 12 elders register. We're taking $800 off for 12 elders to register. And in those 12 elders, we told them the elders, you could be, 40 years old and you're elder over someone 20 or 30. And so from there, then you get if you are struggling, if we get 12 leadership, elders, mature women who say, I will be the one to make the investment and I will take the training. Then from there, we'll be able to bring in 12 younger women who will then be mentored through the elders. And then together we will heal. And every Thursday, we have Thursday night academy. And all through the gateways, you begin to master your health, your mind, your body, your spirit. The elders will get a special bonus training. Every month we come together and do an intensive workshop to detox because as you get older, the knees hurt, the back hurts, the kidneys, the emotions, the mind starts leaving, all the different issues of maturity of eldership. So this is a total comprehension. Who's going to take it? Who's going to be the ones? Raise your hand if you think you might be the one. Okay. So you represent, you're the first elder.
They always go together.
And actually, Queen Esther will be managing with her husband, Brother King Honesty. They'll be working together to register and make sure everybody's in place, right? And of course, our Master Healer Mother, she'll be sitting on High Council, and we're welcoming in the 12 healers from the United States will be coming in, who have been with me, who are the teachers of this work. So I call this quilting, where we could just quilt and pull all those pieces together for the common good of our village, our global village. So
The reason why we need those 12 elders to come into the work, because they're representing after the diaspora on the continent. We
Yeah.
need to be safe. We need to be in shape.
Yeah.
We need to be clear. We
Yes.
need to be healthy. We need to know the gateways, because we are going to be representing the outside world on the continent. We need to be unified. So when we
Yes.
step in as a people, we got it going on. So that's why we need that training, how to eat right, know about the womb, know how to speak, know how to pray, know how to heal. We need the tools because we are the representatives of the diaspora and the Caribbean on the continent. We don't have the negativity, the jealousy, all the yada, yada, yada. We are the reflection of the best of our people. So that's why we need the training. And we all need it.
Thank
Okay?
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Part 2. This is womb yoga dance, the intermediate level. Once you have mastered those first 42 movements, and the number 42 represents the 42 laws of Ma'at: balance, truth, and righteousness. Each movement takes you to a level of wellness and a state of excellence in your body, mind, and spirit. So now we're going to go to the next level, which are standing movements. So we come out of, this is sunrise bliss, sunrise bliss, sunset serenity. It's a feeling of that. Sunrise bliss, sunset serenity, one side to the other side, and then the flower starts to travel, boom. And then we start open up the seven arit, the seven chakras. Well, the original term for chakra is arit, Ari2 for seven. The East Indians call them chakras. Our ancestors called them arit or Ari2. So we're awakening all those seven parts of ourselves, our spiritual body up. And then as we waken up, we begin to open up and have dominion over our journey. No matter where we go in the world, we have the power to evolve. And then we take our study and our healing and our medicine and we begin to travel. We begin to travel. And then we are charged up, just like the sun has charged us up here. I needed the sun. You know, being in America, you don't get a lot of sunlight and sun energy. So as soon as I came here, I started to absorb the sun, we absorb the ocean, the air is cleaner. So the elements which we are made up of will come alive through these movements. So sunrise bliss, sunset serenity. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. Opposite side. Sunrise bliss, sunset serenity. Sunrise bliss, smile. Sunset serenity. Exhale. Inhale, sunrise bliss. Exhale, sunrise serenity. 1. 8 times 2. 5, 7. Love supreme. Open first crown, uchat, throat, communication, heart of the compassion, spleen, womb, adrenals, and all 4 corners of the earth. Travel. Breathe. Second mat. Fire. The pyramid. Renanette the Cobra. The awakening. Walk a foundation, building a new womb life. The falcon, perch. The falcon, rise. Ma'at. I have awakened the womb of my mind. I have awakened the womb of my heart. I have awakened my seed of creation. For today, I have rebirthed myself. Mother Newt, Vanessa. And now, remove your mat. We have done a completion from 1 to 42, beginners, 43 to 69. And each movement is a word, is a message, is poetry in motion. And then we now gather and we become the drum, we become the falcon, we become the seed, we become the plant, we protect, we awake. Us never had. Last time. Drum and all four directions. 5. Plant those seeds. Spread them. Spread the seeds of healing to the four corners of the earth. Ancient ones, help us. Tap, tap, tap. Boom. Start up high. Travel. Eh, in the light, the healer within has awakened. The healer within has. Sacred, it's time to rise. Sacred women, it's time to rise. Thank you. Thank you. You did it.
I'm 75.
All right, that's how we do it. She said, I'm 75.
Remember to done right now. I'm bringing you guys another part of this video. So remember, I have an interview with him and with her. So subscribe, like, and share. Guys, share this video, like and share. Understand? Peace out.